leaves of trees can be covered in a black soot-like substance. Persons, particularly in the south of the island, are reporting this occurrence on their properties. Pest Management Officer Thaddeus Peters said this is caused by a soft-bodied insect.
We are dealing with an infestation of the croton scale insect. That's the common name, identified as Phalacrocros howatoni, the scientific name. And it's an infestation that we have been following from late last year. We got it identified at the Florida Department of Agriculture in the USA. And it affects a number of fruits. It has, scientifically, they have recorded over 70 host plants that it can affect. In Grenada, we are seeing it on a number of fruits. So you're looking at things like soursop, sugar apple, mangoes, avocados, red and yellow plums, guavas, and there are some weeds, and there are a few trees that are of main economic importance, especially soursop and mangoes and so on. So, but it's called the croton scale because croton is also, it's one of its primary hosts. It actually can kill off the croton plant in some cases. It does remove a lot of, like it's a soft-bodied sucking insect. So in that group that removes a lot of sap from the tree, and the excreta from the insect is sugary and sticky. So you have that black mold grows on that. So we see a lot of the sooty mold, or locally referred to as blight.
He spoke about ways in which the disease could have been imported into the country, which includes trading of goods. He warns that farmers should pay attention to their crops as this insect reproduces rapidly.
That type of insect, they are relatively large. You look at the growing tips or on the fruit, at the back of the leaves, you know, they colonize and develop a very high population. So you'll see that. It adds to the cost of management. So if you're on a farm, your cost of production will go up because you'll have to be doing some sort of treatment, some sort of application of a pesticide or some product to reduce. And it's not just a one-off treatment. The treatments has to be repeated on a regular basis. So that adds to the cost.
He says that while infected croton plants may die, fruit trees may survive. However, the quality of the fruits will drop. Here are some measures farmers or homeowners are encouraged to implement to rid their plants of this insect.
You can put it in two categories. The traditional or conventional pesticides are effective. So these are the more toxic ones. So once you go to the garden shop, or you can, call into the Ministry of Agriculture, the Pest Management Unit, and you'll be advised on what some of the products can be used. For organic or persons that, which is always the best, don't want to get into heavy toxic pesticides. There are oil sprays, horticultural oils, and neem horticultural oils, and insecticidal soaps or soap sprays will also kill them. But the repeat treatments will have to be at shorter intervals. There are ladybird beetles that will feed on them. So you're talking about biological control. So scale insects, let me just put it in context. Scale insects are very closely related to mealybugs. So many people remember the outbreak of the pink hibiscus mealybug in the early 90s. So it's a very, very similar situation. And we have already noticed that the Cryptolemus ladybird beetle that was used back then, we are also noticing that it feeds on the scale insect. So they are out there feeding, but the numbers and the population for now is very low. So in the near future, we're looking to augment and increase the population of the ladybird beetles.
Peters said they have been assisting homeowners and farms with plans to increase units to traverse affected areas identified throughout the country. To date, the disease seems to be mostly affecting plants in St. George, St. John, and St. Andrew. Persons are advised to restrict the movement of plants in an effort to curb the spread of pests in unaffected areas.
For GBN News, Anarika Alexander, trainee reporter.